Hello, I'm Jim. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Henning Mankell's One Step Behind. It's Kurt Wallander mystery. Henning Mankell's a Swedish author, and Kurt Wallander is a policeman in the Ystad Police Department. He's investigating the disappearance and subsequent murder of three young adults who had supposedly gone off to the continent for a trip, but had been discovered in the woods in Sweden and near Ystad. They were brutally murdered, and it looked like they were LARPing or performing a mask, is what they call it in the book. Must be like a Swedish thing, but they're pretending to be, like a 18th century uh, trio that were out enjoying a picnic. But somehow they were found and brutally murdered, and Kurt is investigating how these kids were targeted or if they were targeted. Um, During the investigation, it appears that one of uh, Wallander's colleagues may have stumbled onto the truth before them, and he ends up being killed. And uh, the the pieces, don't fall into place, and it just seems like Wallander's not getting any traction. He also has to deal with a lot of uh, issues at home. His daughter, his father have a lot of issues that interfere. He has his own health problems that he's got to deal with, and he, struggles to put the pieces together. That's kind of the premise of the book. One step behind. He always feels like closer he gets, the harder it is to figure out what's going on. It's a really good story, riveting mystery, very kind of apropos for today's environment. Sweden's going through a lot of the same immigration situations that we all are, and it affects the environment. They have liberal gun policies over there, and it's kind of interesting that Wallander would get in trouble carrying a gun around, and even though it's probably a good idea. Anyway, he eventually figures out what's going on, and um, just a good story. As always, Wallander has a series on Netflix if you're interested in looking at that. But the books are really good, well written, and I'm sure they're translated into English for us. But the whoever translated these are top tier, very good, good stories. If you're ever interested in a good Wallander book, I highly recommend it. And if you want, you can click like or subscribe or both, and we'll see you next time.